It's like a diving board now. What is going on? We are going to be hitting the woods today because currently I have zero access to part of my property, all due to the storms that we had. And today is the day I'm finally going to bust out the chainsaw and we're gonna get our land back so we can utilize it again. And if you've been around for a while, you know we had a massive windstorm blow through about a month and a half ago, tore down just about every tree on the property. It was just insane, the amount of damage. Took care of everything around the main property, but I've yet to hit down there where I don't have access to currently. So today we're going to hit the woods, see if we can even get down there. I'm not sure what we're going to do to get down to where I need to be. My property is very narrow, but it is very long, and down the entire length runs a ravine that's about 35 feet deep. So it's very hard to get to the bottom side of my property unless you're utilizing one of the few access points that I have created over the years. Now, if I can get to the far north side of my property, I do have a spot over there. Very steep, coming down, have to hold the brakes. It is something else to get to, but the south side, I have zero access, and there is just a slew of trees. It's just insane what is down over there. I'm thinking I can head up to about halfway, and there's a spot that we can, I think, go down safely and get to the middle, and then I'll see if I can work my way out towards the south and see if we can gain access. Not really sure. We're gonna try it right now. Well, that is where the trail is at, and unfortunately it is covered in tree branches, and I'm not sure if we can gain access down to there. I mean, it's not too much. There's just a couple here. There's the trail down there. Might be able to get through this. I might go ahead and take care of these couple branches. It's not too big. Get them off the trail, see if we can get to our point where the trail head hits the ravine, and see if we can make it down to the bottom. So far, luckily for me, it's been a lot of just small branches broken off that I've been able to clear. So we're making pretty good ground already. This one I'll have to cut for sure. Oh, this one's not bad. I'm literally just chucking everything off to the sides of the trails, just gaining access to the trails. That's all I can do at this point. There's just too much down. I can't neatly stack all this and come back later. I just gotta remove it and get it out of here. All right, so we cleared the trail down to the T in the next trail. And I could go left, and that would actually take me back to behind the barn, but I'm not going that way. I'm trying to get down there. So here is the trail. Just wanted to figure I'd check it out now, take a little walk down here, see what needs cleared before I drive all the way down here. And it's really not all too much. A couple small branches back there, a couple of them here. These are all small enough I can just pick up and throw. Oh yeah, that's there is the bottom side of that hill. So it does look like we have that monster tree, which I know I showed you guys in the video last time. It fell right along the edge of the trail. So we'll probably have to go down there and cut that out. Yeah, no, luckily there's nothing too crazy over here. Yeah, until we get to the edge of this ravine on the bottom of that hill. I think we're gonna do some pretty major cutting. That looked like a pretty good sized tree that's down. I do recall when I was down there last time, it is, yeah, it's extremely long too. I remember being a very hefty tree. Probably one of the larger of the trees that had fallen. So I got everything cleared out to this point. I just got to cut this branch off here, which is kind of cutting off this trail, but then it's just straight down. And I'm not sure, let's go walk down this really quick. I don't think if we get the side-by-side to the bottom of this hill, that we have any way to get around that down tree, I believe. Well, there might be, I don't know, it'll be tight, it'll be close. Yeah, but check this thing out. Small one there just split, but that is the big boy. You can see just how big this tree is. I mean, this thing, and it goes and goes and goes. This is a massive tree. I mean, it runs right along the edge of my trail down here. So it's like perfect, but in order for me to get down that hill, I gotta take that out and this. But I'm thinking, just maybe this might work. If I come down the hill, instead of going straight down, if I can turn, I can kind of come down this way and maybe go around. This is the stump root ball side of the tree. But my worry is that is actually very steep. Doesn't look that steep on camera, but it is pretty darn steep. It's 4-wheel drive, 100% going up, riding the brakes all the way down for sure. And I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of just worried about tipping over. So. So I am thinking I might just walk down there with the chainsaw after, cut this branch out of the way, and I might just cut enough of that tree out of my way and see if I can roll it out of my way. That way I have a straight shot down the hill with the side-by-side. I don't have to worry about anything else like that. So it's pretty flat and the tree is pretty straight. So I'm thinking if I cut it about 5 feet wide, I should be able to roll that thing. I mean, it's gonna be a honker, but I think that's what we're gonna try to do. All right, we're going to attempt to walk our stuff down there. See if we can get to the bottom of this hill without falling and rolling with our chainsaw. All right, we have basically made it under the tree. Oh, there we go. All right, that'll be the first one we gotta take out of here. Got the first one pretty much out of the way. I think it's gonna be wide enough. Leave that there. Let's get this all flipped up. Holy crap, and out of my way. All right. Okay, there we go. Now for the big boy, which my chainsaw will not go. This is an 18-inch bar, so I'm gonna have to hit it from both sides. It's sitting over there. It's this whole area here is hovering in the air, and it's hanged up there somewhere. So I'm not really sure. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do some fun cutting for sure. Ugh. Yeah, this definitely sucks because any kind of straight cut I do here downward, it's gonna end up pinching it back together because that's all hovering right here. So I'm gonna have to go down, come back up, hit it from the other side. This is not gonna be a fun one. Starting to squeeze together a little bit. It's starting to go. Oh. It popped. It went. It's like a diving board now. All right, one more cut right about here. We see if we can roll this thing out of the way. All right, I think I'm gonna start on this side this time. Yeah, right about here, I think. Should work. That should just fall right down once I get it cut all the way through. There we go. Whew. Well, it rolls, so that's good. We'll see if we can roll this out of our way. I'm just gonna roll it right to the other side of the trail. There's a nice spot right there up against the brush pile. That should make it just wide enough, I think, for the side-by-side to get through. Oh. I think it's rubbing on that right there. I'll have to give it. Oh, geez, it's already going. It's already getting stuck. Oh. Dang it. I can roll it back, give it a heftier start, maybe. Dang. Oh. 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 Oh, it's not gonna go. Just wonder if I come down here with the side-by-side, maybe I can just push this out of the way. Just maybe, because it's just barely rubbing right here. There's just a little bit of friction right there going on. And that is about it. I mean, the thing is I could cut this down into smaller chunks, but this is a great chunk of wood that I could turn into slabs and make some cool benches or just something fun out of. So I'd hate to cut it down any smaller. So yeah, we'll grab the side-by-side. I'm gonna creep on down here, see if maybe we can get the bumper up against it. Just give a little nudge out of our way. Wish me luck. Oh. Oh. Let's see. Gotta put everything up against the back seat because we're gonna be going straight downhill here in a second. All right, here we go. Be some serious brake riding here. At least it's not muddy. We do have a lot of acorns and a whole lot of leaves, but actually it's holding pretty good. Yeah, this is not too bad. There we go. Oh yeah, let's kick this into four-wheel drive quick. Oh, yep, I think it got unwedged. That wasn't too bad. I wonder if I can, oh. Boy, this thing is freaking heavy. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Got it. We got it. Little tight squeeze here, oh man. All right, we are officially down the hill. You can see the mess going on down here. This is the direction we need to be going. I know there's a little ways, yeah, just a few small branches, nothing too crazy, but then on that far end, I can already see it. There's just stuff down everywhere, and then that there too. But this is the main trail. If we can get this cleared out all the way to the far south end of my property, we'll have full access from basically lawn all the way into the center of this thing. And then I can start worrying about all this other stuff, because there are trails over there. There's a lot of good fun stuff over there, but that whole thing is just wiped out. I mean, it's just gone. So we'll grab the chainsaw, we'll work our way back that way, see how far we can get. I'm running into a lot is just branches that have just snapped off from above and just got hung up. Oh. So they're not too bad to clear out of here. I see some root balls up there though. We got this giant root ball right there, and it's about 2 feet longer than my reach right here. That thing is massive. I could easily fit 4 of me down inside that hole. We also have some light at the end of this disaster. We got a few branches here. Kind of have to veer the trail off that way, but I don't know if you can see that or not. Yep, there's my garden shed, and my goats are right on the other side of over there, but there is a lot in between us here. This is probably the thickest part of it right here. So we're getting close. We got a few branches. I mean, I'm gonna have to leave a lot of this big stuff up, but the main trail goes out that way and curls around. So I think we got a little bit of work, but it is getting darn close. So the problem I'm having now is that we have trees on top of trees, on top of trees, on top of trees, all on top of each other. So when I'm taking out one of these that are down low, the next layer is just dropping, and it's making it very difficult to clear. This is just a tangled up mess. So just, yeah, one piece at a time. I actually backtracked on the trail a little bit. Thought maybe I could cut in and go a different route, but it's just so gnarly back in there. And this is why I cut the trail originally right here, because it just had some room and there's some access to it. So I feel like I just need to keep plugging my way through this to get to the other side, but it's just a nightmare. So I got this thing trimmed out pretty well all the way out to here. So now I just got to really just pull these logs and these branches out of here. This is probably my last piece. It's kind of hung up on that end right down to here. Take this out. This is probably gonna be my last big major cut. And the rest is really just some brush that needs to be taken out of here. So we are so darn close. Now I'm exhausted. I hear you, goats. You know what I'm thinking? I have access to this now. There's no sense in busting my back anymore on any of this, because this is a lot of big stuff too. I'm gonna run up to the barn. I'm gonna get the tractor and the grapple, and the grapple is gonna take care of all this. I can push this all back in there, make a nice pile, get all this stuff out of the way, make a nice pile for this firewood logs. Yeah, we can make this really simple. Might have to make a pit stop at the goats because they saw me and they are just screaming at me right now. Gotta get the big rig out of the way. Nope. Get a little breezy up here. All right, let's get you guys some food. I think they're out of hay already too. There you guys go, crazies. We got all the brush pushed back there. We have full access now all the way out of the trails. I just gotta walk back along the trail. We'll grab our side-by-side. But I think we just about got her. We got a few low-hanging branches. I'll come back with the pole saw and get a couple of those. They're just the really thin scrawny looking ones. Can't quite get them with a full-size chainsaw. But yeah, looking pretty good. That side of the property, still another problem for another time. But now I have at least access from south end all the way to the north end of my property, and we could chip away at the rest of this like that. Gosh, that darn thing. I mean, camera doesn't pick up anything like it really is, but some monster trees, branches down here. But we are back to where we started. Got the big hill and our little gate area. Whoa, what are those? The flies are loving this freshly cut wood for some reason. You weirdos. But we are good. What a day. Hope you enjoyed spending it with me. We will see you all next time. Later.